Hey guys, welcome in today. I had a few requests from people just wanting to know a little bit more in depth since I've been showcasing this Steel Psychic deck to go in a little bit more detail into the deck itself and the plates I've chosen. So, let's take you to my deck list, and there it is. So if we look here, I've got Leo, Solgaleo, and level 4, I'd love him to get to level 9 at least. I think at level 9 is he'll be at his full potential, and I think the deck will be far better. Just without him rolling as many misses will help the deck phenomenally, since he's one of the biggest, probably more important pieces of this deck. Next we have Metagross. Not so important that he's not level 5. At level 5 he'll be amazing with no miss. But the great things about Metagross stops respins. So he can go in and hammer a DOA. At level 10 he'll potentially be like just massive if you take away his bullet punch and add it into Hyper Beam. And with Oricorio on the field, he's going to be doing like 100 plus, like chain level 100s and 150 with a minimal 30. The only bad side of that, sometimes you want that gold because often some people just rush on up to him. So it's a bit of a when you want him, generally you want him for high damage. So yeah, it's one of those ones that if you hit the extra mats, it could be amazing. But him himself, with Oricorio on the field with other psychics, having that massive chain level 100, say like C level 5, so 105, and if the opponent has more, then that's amazing. So, but make him a 105, 155, 105, it makes him a decent attacker. Oricorio just speaks for itself. That confusion and the buffs it gives to other psychic is phenomenal. The confusion is amazing and the buff is mainly what you use it for, but confusion is one of the best effects in the game at the moment, I think personally. Magmortar, Heatran I've got in here for his entry clearing and for a 120, so to make his 100, 110 a 120 with the steel energy. So the 120 and the Magma Slide is mainly what I'm wanting him for. Crunch can sometimes kill Mew if people are just running Mew up to him, but he's got a whole lot of miss that you cannot get rid of as well. I can take him up one more level, which would be good. I'll probably put it into... So what I plan to do is, when I get a level 5, put the next level onto his 110, just so when he's got a bad effect like Burn or Paralysis, the 70s go and not the 100. That is the plan, because at the moment it can be 50-50 of whichever one goes, because both of them are 12 and 12 is 24. Iron Head is 24. So that is what my thinking behind that is. You could also do that with just putting it into the Magma Slide, and then with Carmonite take one away from the 70, and then that'll do the similar effect if you only want to have your Magma Slide big, as that's the main reason why you're using him. But sometimes you also want that 110 attack too, but mainly for the Magma Slide, just clearing entries, pushing things off. Krillium is the newest addition. That's the flexible point of this deck, the one that I've been swapping around. But Krillium is amazing. It blocks Coco. That Psycho Switch is amazing, and a Super Psy the Confuse. It can kill Mews fairly regularly, as well as just when Mons attack into it, Confuse. At the moment I've leveled up that Psycho Switch. I've considered doing one leveling up Super Psy, so he's got a small purple and a big, just a mainly white, and because using it to confuse things is amazing. But yeah, I'd like to Carmonite this one and take that Mist down, Moonblast down. So at the moment it's got 9, 8. So you'll only be able to take Moonblast down one less point. And that's, yeah. at the moment. That's this. When he's got a status effect like Burn or Paralyze, that all turns red, so that's quite a big chunk to lose. But the Confuse and the benching is amazing. Guard of War is situational. Like I evolved it in one of the other videos against Terrakion because I wanted that 110 as well as the bigger purple, whereas Krillio has a potential just to get solely crushed by Terrakion unless I get purple. And then Mew just speaks for itself. Just hopefully a bit of survivability against big hitters. Can survive against Dio. Make Dio a nightmare. If you got Oricorio, the opponent doesn't have Oricorio, and they're running Dio, nearly full Dio, you can get Mew like 40 plus damage, and then Mew can run around taking out Dio speeds, DOD, DOA. Nothing can kill it. And that's or if you've got C levels on your Mew, which I don't. I've got 3 Mews and I'm not using the other 2, so I could potentially do that, but at the moment it's not a priority for me. But that's the thought. That's the mons and the thoughts behind each mon. And then my plates, Max Revive. Just nearly every deck at the moment that I'm making, I use a Max Revive just because when RNG fails you and your mon dies prematurely, is just get it back or get a mon back once something kills it and they move down towards you. You can Max Revive something to go up against them. I bought my Max Revive, I didn't pull it. I don't think you can pull it in any of the recent banners, so it's a good investment if you haven't got a Max Revive. I know some people that like to run 2, and I probably would run 2, but I just don't want to spend my gems on 2 since I don't really feel like I need it. Steel Energy. Steel Energy is for making Heatran 120, and also for making Leo 130, because then he's 130 plus a C level on top makes him 135 plus depending on the opponent. So, and that means he can take out other DOAs and things like that if he's rolling that 130, and that makes him, his 100 sends into the PC, his 120 is now 130 something that can kill most things. So that's the thought behind that. And also, as well as 4 Metagross is just a bonus. 160 just looks cool. It doesn't really help him at all, so he's more there just for the Oricorio buff. And what else do we have? Goldblock. Goldblock is there to, just in case I'm struggling with rushes. He's there to get Metagross to the goal since he's a 1 MP. Just need a little bit of extra help. And just in case someone gets a lucky roll on goal, and I can be a little bit more aggressive with the deck that way. Pokemon Switch. Now that's one I intended when I was first running Empoleon instead of where Krillio is, and I had Switch in there so in case I got swarmed, I could pull Empoleon out, switch something off the bench, pull Empoleon out again, and just go for like sneaky just surrounds and pressure on entries and things like that. That's what the intention was for. But then I thought I could also Pokemon switch things like Metagross up onto an opponent's entry, whereas it would normally take him a long way to walk that far. I've only used it once or twice. I try and use it well, but it's a difficult one. I think I also feel like sometimes I need a double chance, but I want to also go away from relying on the RNG. So just having my mons, so nearly all of their wheels are good. Like Metagross is nearly all 100 plus his wheel. Leo all 100 plus damage. Heatran will be a semi-unreliable one. Oricorio nearly all defensive, and I'll definitely take Oricorio to level 10 if I'm using it. Just max that purple out. Mew's good as it is, and Hurdle Jump just because I don't have any mons that can move over things, and there's a lot of Zapdoses, ghosts flying around. So those are the thoughts behind my plate. I'll show you guys what figures I have for my steel. So these are the steel mons that I have. I have Leo, a few Genesects, Heatran Lucario, which is a fairly new addition. I haven't really run him, but these other mons don't really benefit too much from Steel Energy other than they can't get poisoned. And also Steel Energy is in this deck, so with all the Gengars and Toads running around, just stops that poison. You can just match up one of your Steel with the Toad, knock it out, and then Toad becomes a far less useful piece for the opponent. Steelix has a problem. Being 1 MP and sending himself back to the bench is just nasty, especially when there's things like Blaziken out there who do that but better with their purples. So those are my steals, and that's why I've chosen who I've chosen. And let's show you my psychic. So these are my psychics. Leo, double Delphox. I consider running Delphox in here. I'm actually been considering potentially investing a little bit more into Delphox, taking it to level 5 to level 10. I know I originally said I would be cool to make the Delphox miss massive doing that. I kind of want to do that, but the problem is there's a lot of dragons running around, and making yourself miss more can also make you get more opportunity to be removed from the likes of the dragons. And I feel its purple is actually really good. So if I level it right up and put it all into the purple, I think that could be very, very useful. Purple burn, the worst thing about it is the 70 on its wheel. I've got the Latios and Latias. I tried running Latios, and the only bad thing is RNG. You can't control it, and there are a lot of people hitting well above 100. The sea levels help him, so he's not just 100 stock, since I don't have any sea levels on him, from Lucario anyway. So making 105 is nice. But there's still so many mons being used at the moment that are 110, 120, 130, 140, that he's still got a lot of chances to get knocked out. So I liked having an extra third 3MP, or second 3MP mon, but it's just not reliable, and that's why I took him out. I did consider running a DOA in this deck for a little bit, just to help also combat other DOs and other things I can just run down. I haven't tried that yet. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. I can try running it with a DOA in place of Corellia. So I may do that. Mewtwo I've also thought about running, and if my Lugia was level 5, or I'll definitely take it to level 10 and run it as a 4-star Hurricane. That is a potential for me to do something like that as well with this deck, but that'll be in the future. I don't want to be investing in this deck right at this moment, but I will definitely revisit it, especially if you guys want me to. And I tried the Electric Psychic with Alolan Raichu last month, which did quite well. I considered running this Gothitelle for her Squid Attack, but Squid Attack isn't... I find the best use for Squid Attack is when you can evolve and it becomes a 4-star. Because as a 2-star, it's pretty just average. You got to match it up against someone that doesn't have any purple to really get it to be effective. And I've only got Evolves, a few other Psychic Mons that I'm not really going to be using in this deck. So I pretty much just picked from the best ones that I had. And so there's a couple of more options that I can use. Potentially Delphox, potentially DOA, and potentially Mewtwo, which I'd sub in for Corellia, just to test how they run. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. I'll go jump in for a game. I haven't been playing too much lately. One thing I'm going to say is there's been a lot of complaints recently in the community, and especially from some of the YouTubers and other people in clans, that people are just getting sick of the game and tired of the game. And the one reason why that can happen is if someone is playing, say, 10, 20 plus games a day, if you're going to do something that excessive after like a whole year of doing that, yes, it is going to get, if anything you spend that much time doing, is going to get boring. So, I mean, to keep it interesting, I make different decks, and also I try not to play all the time. I do my dailies a lot of days, and then I push at the end of the month, and just enjoy myself. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go defensively with Mew for a start. And the reason why I want to do that is I just want to get all my mons out. He's got some mons that can take Mew out, so he's going to allow me to set up. So here we go. Let's set this up. Let's see if I can get this one to work. I've had a bit of trouble with my last couple of videos. One, because I was rushing, and the other ones, I've just had some bad RNG on a couple of them. Yeah, I didn't defend enough on some of them also. So that was a problem that I did have. And I've got to watch out for running the stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send Leo up. Leo, I'm happy to get matched with anything that's on his bench at the moment. Can potentially send anything to his PC, and that is good for me. So I'm just going to run my Leo up. I want to get attacking that Mew. Mew's a fairly safe attack for me, although if I get confused, that's not going to be good. I've got to hope for his damage. Come on, get your gold. Oh, there we go. So now he is useless. I'm actually going to make the most of that Pokemon switch that I haven't been using. So there we go. Let's just get it out. Get Metagross out there. And Metagross can potentially take out Lunala. So if I'm getting that 150, Metagross can cause some trouble. And I'd love to have that. I'm actually going to try and push up on him, up on this other side now, and see if I can't get something to come off here. Lunala, there we go. Hello Lunala. So since Lunala is out, I am just going to jump over here, close off this other entry point, and I want to try and run some other mons up the side. He's going to come after that Leo again. So what I want to do about that, what do I want to do about that? I am going to send in my Krylia, see if I can lure his Zapdos out. I could potentially have ran up with my Leo. Ooh, I don't mind that, to be honest. If I can roll my purple, that would be amazing for me. But I'm just going to push him right up and see what he wants to do with Mimikyu. He's got a lot of movability in his deck at the moment. So what I want to do, I want to see if I can go up against that Sableye and see if I can knock out its purple. Hopefully I can. Other than that, I want to... Here we go, he's going for that confuse. He wants to confuse me. There we go, that's what I wanted last time. That is more like it, and I'm going to go after his Mew now. So I've got the C levels if we're both running gold on gold, white on white. Not gold on white though. Gold on white is not a happy matchup, apparently. But it's just not one of those things that you bank on, and definitely shouldn't bank on. I'm now going to bring up my Heatran and see if I can burn Lunala. Burning Lunala would be great for me. I also have to drop my Zapdos. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to cover my goal. So if Zapdos wants to jump over, I can potentially surround it. Lunala. Hope I get 150 on his 60. That would be nice. All gold on his purple. Here we go. Hyper Beam. Metagross. Underrated figure. What is his Zapdos? His Zapdos is worth trying to take out. Hopefully I get damage on damage. I'll take his miss as well there. So I've got a Hurtle Jump, but I don't really want to use it. Now this is where things can get interesting. I'm just going to move up with my Heatran. Leo and Heatran are both terrible confused, but I'm just going to see if I can't burn that Sceptile. Ooh, wow, the miss. That is not good for him. That is not good for him. Now he's got to defend his Mimikyu. He's either going to go drop Mimikyu back there, or he's got to do something. He's got to do something to save it. He's got a counter attack, and as long as I've got something on my goal, I should be alright there. And I've also got a goal block. So he's either to take out Krylia. Goal block. Wow. So I am going to put my Krylia up here. If I can confuse that Sableye, if I'm rolling white, I'll be happy. I just want to get my 40, is what I mean. I want to get 40, or my purple on his Will-O-Wisp. There we go. And who do I want to switch with? Maybe I will put... Who do I want to be on? Actually, I'm going to go there. Heatran can go there, and no, I do not want Gardevoir. So now, I'm going to move up Leo, and if he wants to attack his Mew into my Krylia, then this is what I mean. Krylia is often a better choice than Gardevoir. You can swap yourself, and you bench your opponent, whereas Gardevoir is you only have her. So I'm looking for some white right about now. Oh wow. And look at this. Benching time. Who do I want to swap up there? I'll probably put... Now who's going to be the best matchup for that Mimikyu? Leo will be. So because Leo is going to be the best match for it, I can put him there. And that purple is just amazing. Psycho Switch. So this deck is actually looking great, as long as I'm not getting horrendous rolls. I want him to attack me next turn, and I'm hoping for my 100. If I get my 100 next turn, he's going to be in some trouble. If he rolls purple, I get cursed, I surround him. If he gets his damage, he gets sent to the PC. So I'm looking for that 100. There we go. With the sea levels as well. Can't do anything. Gone. Game over. So he's still got some plates left that he can burn, so I won't be able to get a weight win, so I'm just going to take that win. And look at that. That is what this deck can do. So, did you guys like it? What do you guys think about this deck? I think, I feel like I'm done running and testing this deck. But if you want to see, like as I said in the beginning when I was going over the deck, if you want to see me replacing some of those other figures, definitely let me know, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. I do have, these are my, ooh, yes, I'll definitely take 10 gems for that effort today. Thank you, Krylia. And I've got another game. Those are my lock booster from yesterday, so I need to do one more game for that, as well as 10 more keys for today. So I'll probably get into that at some stage. But at the weekend for me, it's actually my wife's birthday right now. She's out getting her hair done, which is she doesn't often get time for. And I've got the boys to sleep, so I thought, well, since I've got a little bit of time, it's probably my only time for today. Enjoy, you guys. Have a bit of me. But I hope you've enjoyed my little rundown on this deck and how it plays, my thoughts behind it. And do you guys want to see some more of this deck, or do you want me to get into some others? I've got some other decks in the process for putting out for you guys. Let me know what you want to see. As always, love to hear from you guys. Thank you. Thank you all for your support. And I want to hear about you guys. What are your thoughts on the Steel Psychic? And yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Hit me up in Discord if you're there. And I want to hear from you guys. So, see you all soon. Very soon. Hear from you soon. Hopefully.